But Dad, how can you do that? How can you bet on someone? She can never find her mate. Evelyn shivers while talking. A tear escapes her eyes. She is 5 years older than Lotus. After her mother's death, she has always been closer to her. She cannot imagine her little sister being sacrificed as part of a treaty. Our mate, Lotus sighed internally. Her wolf also sighed. We cannot give up on our mate. Someday we will find him. Then what? Her wolf asks her. She has no answer to give. Like any other she-wolf, she also dreamt of a loving mate for her entire life. But fate brought this to her. She is the Alpha's daughter. She is a warrior. She has her responsibility towards her pack. If the pack's safety comes with the cost of her freedom, she will willingly marry this man. We cannot back up. It will keep them safe, she whispers to her wolf. Her wolf whimpers in pain and stops responding after that. She knows what to do. She has to be strong. I will marry him, Dad. If you and Alpha Lucas made a treaty, as your daughter, it is my responsibility to keep your words intact, she declares calmly. She can feel everyone's eyes on her. Once the formality is done, Damien shakes his hand with both the Alphas with his regular smile on his face and leaves their territory. His beta, Alex, is driving, and he is sitting next to him. He looks at the girl once with a rare mirror who is sitting in the back seat. His heart chinches a bit, seeing her sad and tired face. It is going to be a long ride, he thought. It's been 2 weeks, and I haven't talked to my husband since our last encounter at his office. I have hardly seen him around. Wherever I did, he was with that. I kept helping Adeline with her cooking. There was not much for me to do. My days became lame. I thought I could join the pack warrior. After all, I have been training since I was 10, before I shifted. Werewolves usually experience their first shift when they are 13 or 14. Very few shapeshifts at 12, and I was one of them. I saw Adeline there. I went there and hugged her. A tear escaped from my eye. Lo, are you all right? She asked, hugging me back. Talk to me, Lo. What's the matter? She asked again softly. I couldn't hold myself anymore. I wanted to be a warrior. I have been training since I was 10. I went to Alpha to ask for his permission. I stopped after that. Oh, sweetheart, don't cry. It's okay. Life always doesn't give us what we need. She consoled me. Now be a good girl and show me your sweet smile. I smiled at her words. She reminds me of Evelyn. I miss her. Lo, why don't you go for a run in the woods? It will be nice for you, she said again. Yes, I also need some alone time with my wolf. Besides, I haven't let her out since I got here. Just take permission from Alpha once, as it is customary here, she informed me. I nodded and offered her a smile. Thank you, Adeline. In the meantime, I will also go grocery shopping. I will get some ice cream for you. She smiled, and I left. I walked towards Damien's office again. When I reached in front of his office, I suddenly felt a sharp pain in my stomach. I cry out in pain. I opened the door without knocking. I was hoping to get his help. I don't know what was wrong. I was holding the door with one hand, and another hand was holding my stomach. I couldn't believe what was waiting inside. I saw Circe sitting on Damien's lap, wearing almost nothing. Damien was holding her on her waist. They were kissing, so intimately. I felt another pain in my heart. It was like somebody stabbed me with silver. My wolf howled in pain. The moment that door was opened, they stopped and looked at me. My legs felt so weak. I gripped the door for support. A tear rolled down my cheek. I couldn't bear it anymore. Please pardon me, Alpha, for my intrusion, I said in a very feeble voice and didn't wait for any reply. My pain subsided. and I ran towards the forest. I transformed into my wolf, tearing apart my clothes, and ran. I don't know which way I was going. My wolf and I both were in pain. "Why is it so painful? He is not even our mate," I asked my wolf. She howled. Her voice echoed into the woods. We both were in pain. "I don't know. He is not ours," she howled. We both were silent, and she was picking up her speed. She was running faster and faster. I don't know how long we will run. Finally, we reached a river. I went down to the river and drank water. This place was beautiful. After the run, I was much calmer. I sat on the riverbank, putting my head on my paws. My wolf was white. I was not that big, but I was a fast runner. Suddenly, I sense another wolf. No, wait, there are two of them. I turned my head and took a defensive position. I saw a two-man coming towards the riverbank. They looked at me and one of them said, "Lotus, is that you?" How did they know my name? Do I know them? I don't remember them. That wolf said again, "We need to go back to the pack house as soon as possible. Alpha thought you ran away, and he is furious." He thought I ran away? Was he furious? Oh no, that does not sound good. I sprinted and didn't wait for them. They fall behind. I followed my instinct and reached for the pack house. I can sense the disturbance inside the pack house. I ran towards the back door and found some clothes there. I transformed and wore a shirt and a pair of shorts. Terrible sounds were coming from the drawing area. I ran towards that. I felt like a tornado hit that place. Everything was broken. "What do you mean they lost track of her? Do you know how dangerous it can be? If something happens to her, I swear you will be the first one to die." Damien was pinning a man holding on his throat. "Alpha, please calm down, else you will kill..." Alex tried to say something, but Damien slapped him with his other hand and yelled at him, "Find her now!" I didn't know what to do. Quickly, I ran towards Damien and placed a hand on his shoulder. He turned towards me immediately. His eyes softened instantly. He let that man go and held me tight on my waist and inhaled my scent. Then he grabbed my hand and dragged me towards the stairs. Alex, who fell because of his slap, is standing now looking at me. He looked so scared. I can sense everyone in that room is looking at me. I saw sympathy in their eyes. "Alpha, please let me go," I whispered. He didn't answer. He tightened his grip. I tried to release my hand. "Alpha, you are hurting me." He didn't answer and dragged me to his office. He locked the room without letting my hand go. I was scared at that moment. "You are hurting me. Please leave my hand," I said again. This time he suddenly pulled me into his chest and hugged me tightly. "Oh, kitten, I thought I lost you," he said. His voice was painful. "I was so scared," he said again. He rubbed his nose on my neck. He took deeper breaths to inhale my scent again and again. I can sense his muscles are relaxed now. My wolf was happy. His embrace was so warm. I felt tingles running through my entire body. He again tightens the hug. I was so confused by his reaction. But he was choking me with his hug. If he tightens his grip any more, I am sure I can hear the sounds of bone cracks.